This always happens when I'm tired, Furion told himself firmly, even though that wasn't true either. His wings always worked, just like his eyes always worked, and his paws always worked, and he was always able to walk or crawl or peel the skin off ripe guja fruits and climb trees. All of his various bits were in good operating condition, so why weren't his wings working now? His dream had left an ache in his heart. His mother had been a beautiful dragon, impossibly beautiful. Her eyelids were lined with tiny jewels, each a different color. Her belly was the exact color of a freshly laid egg. When Viren closed his eyes, he felt as though he could touch each buttery smooth scale on her hide, each razor sharp spike. He felt as though he could smell the sweet sulfur on her breath. How many years had it been? Not that many, surely. He was still just a young dragonling. Whenever he thought about time, his head hurt. "Hello?" he called. "Is anyone home?" He shook his head. Of course no one was home. This was no one's home. He was in the middle of the deep, dark forest where he was not allowed, and he would probably die here, and it was all his own stupid fault, even though he was not entirely sure what he had done to make it happen. Sleep flying, apparently. Though he thought maybe he had made that term up. When you feel afraid, his mother had told him all those years ago, sing your fears away. Dragons make the most beautiful music in the world. Everyone says so. And though Glurk assured him this was not true, and that dragons, instead, were masters of self-delusion, Furion took every opportunity he could to break into song. And it did make him feel better. "Here I am," he sang loudly, "in the middle of a terrifying wood. Tra-la-la. Trump, trump. Thump, thump, thump went his heavy feet. Were his feet always this heavy? They must have been. And I'm not afraid," he continued, "not in the tiniest bit. Tra-la-la." It wasn't true. He was terrified. "Where am I?" he asked out loud. As if to answer his question, a figure appeared out of the gloom. A monster, Furion thought. Not that monsters as such were frightening. Furion loved Glurk, and Glurk was a monster. Still, this monster was much taller than Glurk, and in shadow, Furion took a step forward. His great paws sank even deeper into the mud. He tried to flap his wings, but they still wouldn't lift him off the ground. The monster didn't move. Furion stepped nearer. The trees rustled and moaned, their great branches shifting under the weight of the wind. He squinted. "Why, you're not a monster at all. You're a chimney with no house." And it was true. A chimney was standing at the side of a clearing. The house, it seemed, had burned away years ago. Furion examined the structure. Carved stars decorated the uppermost stones, and soot blackened the hearth. Furion peered down into the top of the chimney and faced an angry mother hawk sitting on her frightened nestlings. "Sorry," he squeaked, as the hawk nipped his nose, making it bleed. He turned away from the chimney. What a small hawk, he mused, though it occurred to him that he was away from the land of giants, and everything was of regular size here. Indeed, he had only to stand on his hind legs and stretch his neck in order to look into the chimney. He looked around. He was standing in a ruined village among the